Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto, every day. I'm Wendy O, and I actually have a very special guest. I have Brandon here. He is from the Bitcoin Conference of 2025. How are you doing today, Brandon?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, Wendy?
I'm doing awesome. So, the reason why I have Brandon on, guys, is because I am going to be attending Bitcoin 2025. I know it's been a minute since I've been at one of the Bitcoin conferences. The last time I was there was in 2019. I partnered with them. I threw an event. It was in Bitcoin of San Francisco. It was crazy. It was a completely different time, but I'm so excited to be coming back. And yes, I do have a ref link for the tickets. If you use code WendyO, it'll be down in the description, or just click the link. You get 10% off. And remember that the ticket prices will continue to increase. But the reason why I have Brandon here is I wanted to get a little bit of insight as to who we or who we could expect, what's going to happen in Vegas, and why you should go. So, Brandon, really quickly, give us a quick intro, and then I want to learn a little bit more about Bitcoin 2025 this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I kind of am running the team at large that is putting on the event. So, we've got a lot of stuff cooking for this year. Of course, I would, in order to kind of tell you who's going to be speaking that maybe hasn't been announced yet, let me just say that there are two major buckets in the Bitcoin world right now that I see a lot of activity happening. And one is the political realm, the United States. There's certainly been a lot of movement between the SBR, between a very pro Bitcoin president, pro crypto president, and a lot of different politicians that are each trying to ask themselves, how can we further Bitcoin adoption here in the United States? So there's going to be a lot of conversations around that. Some people love that, some people don't. But there's a whole nother bucket that will, I think, also be equally interesting, and that's a major theme of this cycle, which is the public companies adopting a true Bitcoin treasury strategy. And so obviously Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy have been the leaders there, but we've started to see copycats emerge all around the world and in the US. We're talking to some pretty major companies in the US, household names that are very interested in adopting a similar strategy. So very exciting things we're working on. I mean, this would be market moving stuff if it comes to fruition. So keep your fingers crossed. I think there's going to be some big news at Bitcoin 2025.
Oh, because I know today on the news, or this week or this month, I think it was Bitwise announced that they have a new ETF that is essentially going to track some companies that are some public companies holding more than 1,000 Bitcoin. So things are starting to get a little bit exciting. But can you comment, like, because I know there was, I think it was Bitcoin 2020. That's when President Bukele from El Salvador came and announced that Bitcoin was going to be instituted as legal tender. Do we have any like other government public servants coming that you can leak, or not yet? Is Trump going to come back? Like,
Yeah, so lots in the works. Nothing that I can leak officially right now, but let me tell you. For instance, the Bukele announcement, it happened in 2021. We
oh
got
yeah,
that about 5 days before the event. That all came together. So even some of the stuff that we are working on, there can be a lot more that's happening that we won't even happen until the week before the event. I can tell you that we have multiple heads of state in our inbox right now, talking about coming and speaking, really wanting to follow the U.S.'s lead in terms of some of this SBR stuff, but of course also following the El Salvador sort of model that Bukele put forward just a few years ago. So I think it's going to be a big year for Bitcoin. There's just no two ways about it. This is going to be a major conference, and you have to be there. You have to be there to witness this history.
so basically, people need to get tickets and go, because a lot of the special announcements that we see as non-attendees. Well, I'm going this year because I'm not missing out. But a lot of the announcements that we see are really literally coming to fruition, like sometimes days in advance, or maybe like 24 hours in advance. So you guys don't actually know what is going to happen until the speaker gets on stage.
Exactly. Yeah. And some of these things like are a work in progress. For 2024, we had obviously President Trump speak. It was a historic speech. We worked about 6 months on that, in terms of when we first had the conversation to when we finally got everything locked in. So, they take time. But yeah, certainly there's a lot of big things that we are working on right now, that even if a fraction of them come to fruition, this will be the biggest event in Bitcoin history, period.
Okay, so this is going to be the biggest event in Bitcoin history in 2025 Las Vegas. Then 2024, even though President Trump got on stage, well, before he was President Trump, so this is going to be bigger than that.
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right. So, quick question. Why did you guys decide to move it from Nashville, right, to Vegas?
Yeah, it's a good question. So really two reasons. Number one is that we've always seen Vegas as like the best place to throw a bull market event. It's built
Okay.
for massive conferences. It's a lot of fun. It's a great, it's well located, great airports, all that kind of stuff. So really great in that sense. And then, the second thing I'll say is Nashville. Nashville's home to me. I'm actually sitting in Nashville right now. So, I wanted to bring people there for 2024 and give them a taste of the city and really show it off to people as a great place to become Bitcoin town in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of great stuff happening here. But at the end of the day, we want to use the conference as a way to push Bitcoin adoption around the U.S. And so, we got to make a lot of headway in Nashville and is there. Obviously, we had both senators coming to the event. We were talking to the governor. We were talking to the mayor. We got a lot of forward traction with Bitcoin in Tennessee in terms of some of the legislation around it. There's a whole incubator that's partnered with the government that's helping to bring open source projects to Tennessee now. That came directly out of bringing the conference here. So that's just one example. So we want to replicate that wherever we can. And Nevada and Las Vegas have shown a lot of interest, and there would be some very cool sort of interplay between Bitcoin and Vegas, as I'm sure you can imagine. So
Yes,
things you're
absolutely.
working on.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Bitcoin actually has a very interesting history when we're talking about Vegas and some other activities that take place in Vegas, and it is what it is, and it's, Bitcoin will Bitcoin has a very interesting history, but in a good way, because at the end of the day, when you break it down, it's just really about providing, the unbanked, the ability to have control of their assets and to be able to have access to their money, and that's what it's about, and it doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is, that's exactly what Bitcoin does. So again, you guys, I will be at Bitcoin 2025. My buddies Altcoin Daily will be there. Brandon will be there. It's going to be allegedly it's going to be bigger than 2024. So make sure you guys get your tickets, because when tickets increase every month, or how does that work?
Yeah, I think they're going up this Friday, but we're ramping them up every 2 weeks right now, based on just how much inbound interest there is. I mean, we're actually about to cross our ticket sales for 2024 already.
Wow.
So this is a massive event that's coming together. We're very excited about it, and the Bitcoin price, maybe it's down today, but we got a feeling that by the time this conference runs around, it's going to be at all time highs, above all time highs, and things are going to be rocking. So you're not going to want to miss this event. I mean, there's no two ways about it. This is going to be one of the coolest events in the world this year. I truly believe that.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of really interesting side events too. And the better ticket you get, if you guys get a whale pass, or you get one of the what's the third or the second tier that you have? I know that there's general admission. The whale pass is the most expensive one, but you get access to everything, like everything. But what's the second tier people can get?
The industry pass, and that'll
Industry
get
pass.
you access to all 3 days of the conference. It'll also get you like meals on site. It's a solid. It's like the basic way to have experience the event. Festival pass is like you want to drop in, you want to check it out, but you really just want to be there around the scene. Get a festival pass. If you want to like go all in on this event, have a great time. Industry pass is the way to go. And then if you want the VIP, full suite of activities sort of experience, then get the whale pass. It'll be a lot of fun.
All right, guys, and remember, ticket prices are going up as we speak. My link is down below. Code WENDYO, save 10%. Brandon, thank you so much, and I will see you in Vegas. And it's May
Here,
May 20.
7th through 29th.
All right, I will see you there. Thank you so much for joining the O Show.
Thanks so much.